Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Woo, woo. Can I get a what?
Nope, you can't.
Oh, wow.
Happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day. I'm wearing my Chewbacca shirt. So are you?
As am I.
You have the full
Chewbacca
family. You have full family. You did a good job. Here, you can't see my shirt. Now you can see my shirt.
And the
This one says celebrating together. And they're wearing the Life Day.
And there's Chewbacca's all behind.
Oh, we need the little thing. Where's
the
our
thing?
The little sphere?
Oh, it's about collection.
Well, anyways, happy Life Day. Today we're actually talking about the new movie Red One, which is in theaters now. Do we want to watch the trailer?
That's up to you, my dear.
All right, let's do it. Let's just do it.
I got the burps.
Oh, goodness.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party house. People go on where you can see every couple of
Hi, Jack.
Who plays?
Welcome to the North Pole.
Come again?
Last night, Red One, also known as St. Nicholas of Myra, was abducted.
Are you saying Santa Claus has been kidnapped?
You're the best tracker in the world. You're going to help us find him.
I work alone. You used to. I'm not going to like you. I can tell right away. Out of everyone here, I like you the least. Garcia? What the hell? Should we do the thing? I'm afraid we're going to have to.
You're mine until we find him.
Oh, God.
I suggest you get going.
Claus! We doing some last-minute Christmas shopping? Toy stores. Toy stores what? The supply closets are portal stations for the North Pole transit system. Grab a car. We're gearing up. How did I adjusted it to reality? And does that? No, it doesn't work on everything. No, you can't try it. No, you can't drive. No more questions. Now get in. Whoever took Nick. They're extremely dangerous. With a tail as big as a I think if you don't need me here, I might just go back to the car.
We are 24 hours to Christmas.
We need to find him. Let's save Christmas. Say it. I'm not going to say that. Things are about to get real. Cover us. We got snowmen!
Okay, that was enough of that. That was a long trailer, man. Sorry. Hello. Look, we're back.
And look, we're back with stuff.
We went to this little event. Got this cool bag. We got some coffee cups, Red One coffee cups.
Magnet over here.
We got a magnet. Yeah, hold on.
No, you can't hear
Yes, there you can.
There you go.
We got a magnet. We got some hats. These are like grandpa hats that have
They're called trucker caps.
whatever. That's what I call grandpa hat because it's got the opening in the back.
Mm-mm.
The little ventilation
They're
for
called
summer.
trucker hats.
Okay.
Not fitted caps.
They have because they have the little snappy dots.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I like
the
those.
mesh.
That's what I'm saying. They have
That's a
ventilation
trucker hat.
for summer.
Anyway.
Anyways, talking about this new movie, we went to go see it.
Yeah, so there was like what we thought was like a full-on press event thing for it, but it was actually kind of a holiday in the park.
It was a
Not
holiday in
really.
the park.
Wasn't even really
thing.
a holiday in the park. It was kind of a mashup of like really like booths of local vendors of selling
You
like
can't see my eyes. I need more lighting.
hodgepodge jewelries and snacks and things like this. And they had a Santa Claus out there, and they had
Mhm.
carolers and Christmas light photos, and they had some stuff for Red Ones. They did stuff for the kids and whatnot. They had a skinny Santa Claus, and I was kind of joking about it. And they're like, no, because of J.K. Simmons being kind of a fit Santa Claus for this movie, they wanted us to have a fit Santa Claus, not a big jolly one. So,
I don't know that person was fit. He was just thin.
he was just thin. They just wanted.
They
somebody
should have
that was
got
thin.
someone buff.
They wanted somebody thin, but
Oh.
you get what you pay for.
$0
So anyway,
as well.
so
Okay.
we were supposed to go to the screening on Tuesday following that. Weren't able to for various reasons, but we did finally go see it.
Because we had a different event Wednesday.
Yeah, there was chaos trying to put
We can
together.
talk about that later.
But anyway, so we did finally go see it,
You
and so
can't
we're here
see
to talk
my
about
eyes.
Red One. Nobody cares about your eyes.
I care.
If you saw the 70-minute trailer that she played,
Sorry. Didn't know.
it's basically Santa Claus gets kidnapped. The Rock is his like head security elf, if you will.
He works for the ELF.
Yeah,
not an
instead of saying they're elves, the ELF is the actual terminology for everybody that's kind of security
Enforcement,
enforcers
something,
or whatever. And so they have to team up. They work with the government, and they have to team up with this hacker thief guy because he was involved in it and trying to
Supposedly he can find anyone in the world.
Well,
So,
but he was also involved in the situation in the first
Yes.
place. So that is the premise of the film.
there you go.
I've actually been looking forward to this movie since the Johnson started talking about it, just because of the idea of putting them in a Christmas movie, being an action comedy, creating some new lore. And I love J.K. Simmons, but him being kind of a muscle-bound Santa Claus, I thought was
Yeah.
funny too. And getting to see Chris Evans not be a big action star,
Yeah.
and buff guy, get to be kind of the buffoon of the group, even though he's not stupid. He's just, he's kind of the foil for a lot of things.
Right.
So what did you think of this movie?
I thought it was a lot of fun. It's not going to be an award-winning,
Well, we know that already.
nominated film. I think it's a fun movie. It was a lot of fun. I think if you're trying to expect something a little too serious, then you may not like it. I think if you're Grumpy Bottoms, you're not going to like it. But if you just like a fun Christmas movie,
Did you say a grumpy bottom?
yes, like my nemesis, who's Grumpy Bottoms, he hated this movie.
Did he?
Said yes. He
Oh.
said it was the most
How do
ridiculous.
you know?
Because I heard him talking about it. But
Today?
yes, it is the most ridiculous, dumb movie, and then it was a complete waste of time.
It is a dumb movie, but here's what I,
I think
like.
it's a super fun movie.
I thought it was fun. I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to, just because I thought it was just going to
I
be this
did.
fun action
I think I
comedy.
liked it more. I was cracking up. I was laughing.
Well, it's one of those that I would watch it again. I do
Trying
think
to
it's
get
fun.
my-
I think
Tap.
it's going to find more of a place with younger audiences.
Agreed.
Because for me, the bigger issues were obviously it's very predictable. They're not trying to be secretive. I love the lore and the world building they did with the Christmas stuff and
Yes.
Krampus and the way they explained away being able to deliver the presents in one night. And I'm always intrigued when you get holiday films that deal with that, like the Santa Claus and stuff like this, and seeing the stuff that goes into it and their different takes. I really love that aspect of this movie. And I love that they really lean into some of the supernatural fantasy world and legends like Krampus, and you got the Polar Bear Garcia, who's one of the
I
security
love
force.
Garcia.
Garcia's cool. You actually got trolls. You got all these different things.
There's trolls. There's the ELF. There's snowmen and polar
Yeah,
bears.
so
and
I love how
the workshop.
I like that they kind of made this thing that you could play in this world a lot if they
And
wanted to.
The reindeer are ginormous.
Yeah, they make more sense.
Which makes sense how they
Yeah.
can carry a big old sleigh.
I was a little let down by some of the CGI for a movie that's
Yeah, that's what you kept saying after.
for a movie that's CGI heavy. It wasn't horrible.
You're right.
And I think part of it is we are also so jaded because we get so many movies like the Marvel movies or Avatar or these movies that have such beautiful perfection and CGI. You have to remember that it's going to depend on their budget. It's going to depend on the company they use, some of the things they're going for. But from my understanding, the large budget on this film, I would have expected some of it to be a little bit better.
Mm.
And most of it comes in some of the action stuff. Like Garcia's fine, the reindeers are fine, that stuff is fine. It's a few little things that people get slammed around and this that look pretty fake.
Yeah.
But not bad enough that it made me dislike this movie. It was kind of one of those movies I was like, okay, that's fun, and move on. It wasn't what I hoped.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't think it was bad either.
I didn't notice any of that because I was just enjoying myself.
No, and I had fun with it. I'll watch this movie again.
Yeah.
It'll probably be a
It'll
holiday
be,
movie I'll
I'm
watch.
sure, on the Amazon because it's an Amazon
Well, and I
movie,
heard
isn't it?
too, even though it did okay, it didn't do great. It only made like 30 million. And so now people are questioning is Johnson not as star power as he used to, because his last few movies
I
haven't
don't
been
think so. I don't think
hitting
that's
as
true.
big. But I think there's that whole thing too with the theaters that people aren't going to the theater as much. They're being very picky, so there are things that are
Well,
getting these explosive.
And
Box
it's a
offices.
Christmas movie, so maybe closer to the holiday. I mean, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. So
No,
maybe
but
as
that's
we
usually
get
when Christmas movies
closer-
start opening is around
I
Thanksgiving.
know, but maybe.
But
as
I
we
did
get
read
closer-
that they assume it's going to probably hit Amazon sooner than later.
Yeah.
Because, from my understanding, this movie was originally meant to be a streaming movie.
Oh, okay.
So at the same time of it not making the mass box office, it's already made more than what they were originally planning for it. So
I think that's a good deal.
I don't think this is going to be one of those that is considered a flop. And I think it is a great movie to watch on streaming because it's funny, it's stupid, it's silly, but it knows what it is. I had a little bit of an issue with The Rock because he's just so dry and kind of flat. But at the same time, that's kind of part of his arc. Is he's kind of lost some of his magic and his
He's
faith
lost his
and
Christmas cheer
Yeah,
and his
so
faith in humanity.
I just wish they had given him when we finally either early on or later on. I wish we'd have got a little more, some bigger, lighter moments with him to show the difference. But it was kind of the same. He was always the rough, rugged. He was the same Rock we see in everything.
Yeah,
You know,
that's fine.
and he can do comedy. So I would have loved to see him, even if it's just the end of the film, kind of come up with some kind of fun goofiness, you
Yeah.
know, to kind of show the balance of his character. But
Well, I like seeing Lucy Liu. I feel like I haven't seen her in a while. Maybe she's been doing other things that just I haven't seen.
yeah,
Because she's been doing TV, I think, and she did something else this year. So she's been doing some TV. Things,
I
so
like that they
I
have.
just haven't seen her.
I like
but
they have a
I'm
whole
glad to see her.
government connection with the Christmas thing. Which
Yes,
makes,
because she's kind of your government
Yeah.
go-between. Yeah, because like the Air Force knows who Santa is to make sure the airspace is clear for
which
him.
kind of makes
which
sense.
makes
They don't
sense.
touch base this on the movie, but you know we always had a thing every Christmas where whoever is tracks Santa Claus.
The Santa tracker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so this kind of makes it connects to that where it's like, okay, they're actually tracking him, you know, because they work with him. It's
Yeah.
not, you know, them just pretending.
Do you? Well, I think Santa's real. Do you think Santa's real?
I think the belief of Santa is real,
Okay,
and I think
it's important.
I think it's a magic thing, a magical faith thing of. It's a Christmas spirit belief, not so much of a man coming in your house.
Mhm.
It's the belief in the magic of the holidays and the good and the bad and all the things that can happen, and then seeing all those things that come alive. But I also believe I'm not one of those parents that think it's bad to teach your kids about it, because I think you're teaching them about hope and faith and something fantastical. And I think you keep that alive as long as you can until it's time for them to make the choice to see otherwise.
Mm.
You know, we also know that there's going to be other kids that are going to spoil that for them. So
That's why you homeschool.
Well, I always did the thing with Santa Claus was like, yeah, your parents are Santa Claus, because Santa Claus can't get to everybody's house. The magic is not what they tell you. So your job is to do what Santa Claus says for you to do for these kids. And, you know, so there's different elements in the way you can spin it and still make it alive. And like, I also used to tell the kids, as long as you believe in Santa Claus will show up. But when you stop believing in him, he doesn't come anymore. And now it's just your parents.
Mm-hmm.
So if your friends say Santa Claus isn't real and you decide to believe that, that's fine. Just Santa Claus won't show up anymore.
Yeah. I remember too. I think one of my favorites was the year they got bicycles from Santa, and somebody had to stay up and build bicycles, and then I had to get the big gigantic bags and put them in the bags. That was fun. It was a good time.
I used to also, because I'd wrap everything early, the kids were always like, well, there's no more presents here if Santa came. I'm like, it's because I wrapped a bunch of empty boxes and he uses the magic to fill them. They're like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you know what box to put on? I said, because I know what I wanted to get, and you wrote a list.
It could have been like that year that I bought all your stuff and forgot
and
about
didn't
it,
give me any of them.
and I didn't even wrap it, and I was like, here's a big bag
Here's a
from
bag
the
of stuff.
store.
Yeah, that's,
I am so sorry.
no, you're not.
Oh well.
You don't care.
I got to think of what to
Anyway.
get you. The man has everything.
I don't have everything. I told you earlier what I don't have.
All right. Check out Red One. It is in theaters now. I think it is a fun movie.
It's a fun flick for the whole family. It's like, yeah, there's a little bit of action violence, but I think it's going to connect more with a younger crowd. So
It'll be fun.
give it a chance if you like The Rock or Captain America or
Lucy Liu,
Commissioner Gordon, or
Charlie's Angels.
yeah, Charlie's Angels, and there you go. That's a movie for you, or just Coke Polar Bears.
There you go.
It's got everything.
All right, tell me about the
We got some
free
brand new giveaways. We've
giveaways.
just added finally. We've got some 4K copies of the original Terminator, the Alfred Hitchcock film North by Northwest, as some say is one of the greatest
It
films
is
of all time.
good.
We've got some 4K copies of the movie that would never be made today, Blazing
I
Saddles.
heard you watching it, and I was
That
like,
movie,
oh Lord.
that movie is one of, if not the funniest movie ever made. I don't care what anybody tells you. It is inappropriate, but it is genius all at the same time. We still got a few copies of The Beast Within,
Good movie.
which new take on the werewolf sagas. We got some 4K copies of Trap, the new
It's
M.
okay,
Night
too.
Shyamalan Ding Dong, and some 4K copies of Beetlejuice.
Which I really liked.
Yeah, she's
better
not
than
a
the
fan of the
first
first one, but
Who knew?
we got some new stuff added in there. We got some other new stuff popping up soon. So go to our website,
HollywoodMatrimony.com.
do your order, and go and read the instructions and email me. Stop posting on social media. That will not get you an entry.
I want a free copy.
Yeah, or they don't say that. They'll be like, I'm entering for the contest. I'm like, but
Okay.
I don't see it. Sometimes I'll see it 2 weeks later, and I've already moved on.
Mm.
You know, so
Well, next weekend is another big weekend at the theater. The film version of the musical Wicked will be coming out. We will be talking about that. And then also Gladiator 2. So I need to go watch Gladiator again to remember it. And then there's another movie coming out in theaters that I hope you will watch. It's Bonhoeffer, Pastor, Spy, Assassin. This is based on the true story of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who was a preacher, but at the same time, he was plotting the assassination of an evil tyrant. So it really begs the question, how far would you go to stand up for what you believe is right? So that's the other movie coming out in theaters this next weekend. We hope you will watch. And also, I don't know if we'll get to any of these other, there's so many things coming out online, on Apple TV, on Netflix. Netflix is dropping like a new Christmas movie every week, and they all have that same little girl.
Lacey
That same
Chatford or
lady,
whatever.
yeah. So she's all in. So great things coming out on Video Demand and Digital, and on Disney and Netflix. So we will talk about that next week. That is it. Goodbye. Farewell. Hal Feeders and adieu.